What's broken at the Grand Prix? What needs fixing?
Well, I think firstly, I don't think there's anything broken. I think the Grand Prix has been a magnificent success over 20 years. And I've got to say, it's hard to believe it has been 20 years. I mean, it's gone incredibly quickly, consistently large crowds. And, anywhere other than in Melbourne, for an event to have over 100,000 people there on race day 20 years consecutively, I don't think that, and we've got great events here in Melbourne, I don't think that would happen anywhere else in the world. Now, having said that, to me, this is the next chapter in the story of the Grand Prix. While it has been an incredibly successful 20 years, to me the challenge is to how do we move that forward? And I suppose in a lot of ways it's, the fans. I really, really want to try and grow and develop the fan base even further and connect even closer to the community. I think that's important going forward.
What about the cost, though? I mean, there's that regular analysis on cost. The government says it has to come down. It's got to be cheaper. 60 million, I think, was last year, 50 the year before. What sort of cost is it heading to this year?
Well, I think we need to look at rather than use the words cost, one of the that everyone does talk about. I think we need to use the word investment. There's no question the Grand Prix costs money. If we look at all the other great sporting events in one way, form or another, they cost money. You look at the tennis.
Not to the public, though.
Oh, well, you look at the infrastructure that's built, Neil, and those sorts of things, and those are costs to the public, like the tennis and the like. But clearly, there is a cost, an investment, and it's about getting the best possible value for that, and it's about making certain that that's managed as best as it possibly can, and I think that's been done very well over the years, and while people focus on cost, it's also about revenue.
Well, it's true, but I mean, is it right we're looking at about $70 million this year?
No, I don't think it'll be as high as that, Neil. We'll be making announcements about that in the coming month or so as the annual reports and that are finalised.
Can you get that cost down? I know there's lots been done already, but is there any more fat in there to get out?
Well, I don't believe there's any more fat in there. I mean, we have worked, and the board and management have worked incredibly hard, Neil, on the cost of staging the Grand Prix. I really believe it's about continuing to grow revenue. I think that's where our opportunity has. We've had growth the last couple of years, and I think we really need to push hard to continue to grow the revenue.
Okay, a couple of quick things to wind up. How long is the contract?
Until 2020.
How do you get on with Bernie?
I've had a very good relationship with Mr. Eccleston over the years. And
Mr. Eccleston?
Yeah, I always call Mr. Eccleston. I think what he's done, it's respect and refer to him in that way, and look forward to working with him in the future, and as well as the rest of the Formula One family.
So it's right till 2020?
Yes.
When do we start to shore it up after that?
Well, that's always in the wings and things we're looking at, Neil.
Already? Will you be already talking about past?
Well, we're already always talking about the future. I mean, the moment you stop talking about the future, Neil, I think you're saying it's not there anymore. Again, there's probably still a bit of water to go under the bridge.
And have you fixed the noise in the cars for next year?
They are looking at revising the technical aspects of that slightly. We'll have to wait and see. Again, to me, with the cars next year, what we've seen over this season is we've seen the other teams catch up to Mercedes, and the last race or the last couple of races have been very, very good. The last race was just spectacular, and to me, I'm not predicting a Mercedes on the the top position of the pole for next year. I really think it could well be either Sebastian Vettel or Daniel Ricciardo.
And do you believe that Melbourne embraces the event enough? It's been divisive since the early days and the arguments at Albert Park, and sometimes I feel people tolerate it rather than embrace it. What do you think?
I think people do embrace it. It's easy that in the media and what you read and what you see is, people that are vocal one way or the other, do get coverage. To me, I suppose the numbers say it all. Over 6 million people have come to Albert Park over 20 years. To me, Melbourne has voted with its feet.